think of it. All that work making this tunnel, and I find myself in your cell. What foul luck. Who are you?
My name is Edmond Dantes.
How long have you been a prisoner?
For 14 years now.
What crime have you committed?
None. I'm completely innocent.
Oh, innocent. Well, so am I. But tell me your story. It'll help me to forget my failure to escape from this place.
I was a sailor on board the Pharaoh. One day we put into the island of Elba, and the captain said to me, "Go and find Marshal Bertrand. He'll give you a letter from the Emperor Napoleon. Bring it back to me." When I came back on board, I found the captain had been struck down by a heart attack. Before he died, he made me promise to take the letter to the person to whom it was addressed. And then, in front of the whole crew of the Pharaoh, he made me captain of the ship.
Oh, what happened after that?
I took the ship to Marseille. The next day, I was arrested while I was at my fiancée's house. An anonymous communication had accused me of plotting against the king.
Did anybody see the marshal give you the letter?
Yes. A sailor called Caderousse saw him give it to me.
Was he a friend of yours?
He was hoping to take over command of the Pharaoh. He must have been very disappointed.
Yeah, he must have felt pretty bitter towards you as well. Tell me, had your fiancée jilted some other fellow by chance?
As a matter of fact, she had. A fellow called Fernand. He'd been a soldier, and he'd been to sea as well.
Did Caderousse and Fernand know each other?
That's funny. Now I come to think of it, I did see them together the day before I was arrested.
Yeah, they're the ones who denounced you, my dear chap. Caderousse denounced you out of jealousy, and Fernand because your fiancée had rejected him.
No.
Yeah, I understand how you feel. Well, go on.
I was taken before the king's magistrate. He read the letter, looked very anxious, and turned pale. He then made me swear never to say anything about it, threw it on the fire, and said I was free to go. That very evening, the gendarme brought me to the Chateau d'If.
Who was the letter addressed to, by the way?
To a Monsieur Noirtier.
Oh, yes, I know him well. He's a fanatical supporter of Bonaparte. What was the name of your magistrate?
De Villefort.
That explains everything. De Villefort is Noirtier's son. To save his father, who had got mixed up in a plot, de Villefort destroyed the letter and then sent you off to the Chateau d'If. Been digging this tunnel for more than a year now. I'll be dead before it's finished.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Go on without me. We're nearly at the end. In months, you'll be free. Listen, I'm going to tell you a secret. There's a fabulous treasure hidden in a cave on the island of Monte Cristo. There's a map of how to get to it hidden in my mattress. When you get out of here, go and find the treasure. It'll make you one of the richest men in the world. Then you can set about getting your revenge. Change your name, your personality. Call yourself the Count of Monte Cristo. Don't forget, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Maria? Maria?
He's dead.
Did you hear that? That was the cannon on the Chateau d'If.
A prisoner must have got away.
A sailor called Caderousse.
Caderousse?
Yes, of course I know him. He's in prison at Toulon. He's been condemned to hard labor for life. He murdered somebody.
Steady on, sir, steady. You're not going to stop as easily as all that the coach of General Fernand de Morcerf.
Morcerf?
He's private secretary to the Minister of the Interior, you know, and a peer of France.
What do you think of the new magistrate who's just been appointed in Paris?
De Villefort, you mean? Well, he's a first-class magistrate. And as merciless as they make them. No prisoner can hope for any pity if he comes before him.
It's said that he's been round the world several times. Not on business, you know, simply for his own amusement.
He is supposed to have brought an Oriental slave woman back with him. A fascinating, beautiful creature.
Apparently he's got an underground palace on an island. It's absolutely full of treasure.
Well, some people say he's a Sicilian, others that he's a Maltese. The truth is, we don't know very much about him. He's a bit of an enigma.
What on earth are you talking about?
You provincials really are impossible. We're talking about the Count of Monte Cristo, my dear chap. Of course.
Monte Cristo.
I was not expecting a visit from you, sir. What can I do for you?
I won't waste your time, Monsieur de Morcerf. While I was traveling in Turkey, I bought a Greek slave called Heidi. It's about her that I've come to talk to you.
I don't know anything about her.
Your memory is very short.
Sir, I cannot allow
Monsieur de Morcerf, didn't you once serve in Greece under the orders of Ali Tobelin, Pasha of Janina?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Heidi is the daughter of the Pasha of Janina.
What are you trying to get at?
When war broke out between Greece and Turkey, the Greeks asked France for help. Louis Philippe sent a French officer to the help of the Pasha of Janina. Instead of helping the Pasha, the officer betrayed him and received 2,000 pieces of silver as reward for his treachery. The Pasha and his family were wiped out. Everyone, that is, except Princess Heidi. And the officer sold her as a slave to the Turks. Have I got to tell you the name of the officer?
How do you know all about that? What do you want? Who are you?
Who am I? I am vengeance.
You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Have you read the newspaper, Morcerf?
No, I haven't. Why?
Just listen to this. Our correspondent in Janina writes, some information hitherto unknown has just come to our knowledge. The forts which defended the town of Janina were handed over to the Turks by a French officer, whom the Pasha had trusted with his confidence. The officer, who went under the name of Fernand at the time, is now known as the Comte de Morcerf.
Monsieur le Comte de Morcerf, do you acknowledge the accusations brought against you?
They are nothing but a pack of lies.
We are determined that everything in this business shall be brought into the open. Mademoiselle Heidi, what have you to say?
I accuse the Comte de Morcerf.
To accuse is not enough. You must bring proof.
I have proof. Here.
What's this? A document sealed with the Turkish imperial seal.
Would you read it out, sir?
I, El Kabir, slave merchant, do hereby acknowledge that the French lord, the Count of Monte Cristo, bought from me for the sum of 8,000 francs a slave by the name of Heidi, daughter of the late Ali Tobalin, Pasha of Janina. This slave was sold to me by a French general in the service of the Pasha of Janina, the Comte de Morcerf, signed El Kabir. Monsieur de Morcerf, do you recognize this girl as the daughter of the Pasha of Janina?
Oh, this is nothing but a plot formed against me by my enemies.
I know you. You are the man who killed my father, your benefactor, by delivering him over to his enemies.
This woman doesn't know what she's saying.
Murderer! You still have my father's blood on your forehead. Look at him, everybody!
What is your reply to all this, monsieur?
I have nothing to reply.
Gentlemen, have the charges of treachery and felony been proved against the accused?
They have. Yeah.
You have the judgment of your peers, monsieur.
I can't go on. Let me leave.
Gentlemen, Monsieur de Morcerf's action is a confession in itself.
Sir, have you heard the news?
No, I was waiting for you to tell me it.
Monsieur de Morcerf has just committed suicide.
What do you think of our new house, Petruccio?
I don't like it, sir.
Oh, what's wrong with you? You're shaking.
One night, it must be about 20 years ago, I found a man bearing a box in the garden of this very house. When the man had gone, I opened the box. Do you know what was inside it? A newly born baby. And it was still alive.
That's horrible.
The child was illegitimate. The father was hoping to destroy all proof of his adultery by killing it.
What was the man called?
Well, a man you hate very much. De Villefort.
Villefort? What's happened to the child?
Oh, I saved him, and my sister brought him up in Corsica under the name of Benedetto. But the Villeforts are a bad lot. The father was a murderer, and the son turned out to be a bandit.
Where is Benedetto now?
In prison at Toulon. He'd been condemned to 20 years hard labor.
He is going to be the instrument of my revenge. Take as much money as you need, bribe the prison guards, do anything you like. But I want Benedetto. Don't forget what I tell you. From now on, you're no longer Benedetto, but Viscount Andrea de Cavalcanti.
Fine. I've always been interested in nobility.
You'll need some lessons in good manners. You will have the most luxurious house and staff in Paris, and you'll spend money as though you didn't care how much you spent. To begin with, here's 50,000 francs pocket money.
50,000 francs? Pocket money? I don't know why on earth you got me out of prison. I don't know what you want from me. Come forward so that I can look at you. A beggar.
It isn't everybody that can call himself Viscount Cavalcanti like you do, Benedetto.
Who are you?
Don't you remember me? Don't you remember your old pal, Caderousse?
Caderousse?
When two people have been to prison together, it leaves a sort of close bond of friendship, doesn't it?
What is it you're wanting?
I see you've got on in the world since you escaped from prison. You go around in a coach now, I see. And you're as rich as can be.
Oh, so it's money you're wanting, is it? How much?
Not so quickly now. I've been watching your little games at Monte Cristo's house for a fortnight. He treats you as though you were his own son.
Well, what of it?
From what I hear, Monte Cristo's riddled with money. You tell me where he keeps it. I force my way into the house. I take it. You and I split it between us, and you never hear anything more of me again.
And what if I refuse?
You'd better not. Just suppose the police find out that Benedetto and Viscount Cavalcanti are one and the same person.
All right, then. I'll tell you where he keeps his money.
I like talking to you, you know. You understand things so well.
Caderousse is becoming too dangerous. He's got to disappear. What if I denounce him? No, that's no good. They'd start making inquiries about me and I'd be arrested. What else, then? A good stab between the shoulder blades? How stupid I am. There's a much simpler way. All I've got to do is write a little letter. Like this. The Count of Monte Cristo is warned that this very night...
The Count of Monte Cristo is warned that this very night a thief will break into his house. The Count will be able to deal with the thief himself without getting in touch with the police. If the police have anything to do with this business, the writer of this letter will be compromised. Where did you find this letter, Bertuccio?
Under the door, sir.
Do you think it's a trap? Well, whatever it is, we'll stay up tonight and we'll keep a very close watch.
Do you hear anything, sir?
Not a thing. Let's hide behind these curtains. We'll stay perfectly still. Listen. It's the window in my room. Someone's cutting the glass.
Someone's coming in by the window. Look, sir. There's a man keeping a lookout in front of the house. But I know that figure. It's Benedetto. Watch out. We'll load our pistols. Don't move! Damn it, I've been caught.
My old friend Caderousse, isn't it?
You know me. Your face rings a bell. I seem to have seen you somewhere before. Are you the Count of Monte Cristo?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I was expecting a visit from you.
You were expecting a visit from me?
Bertuccio, give me the letter.
Here it is, sir.
Thank you. Do you see this, Caderousse?
What is it?
It's a letter warning me that you were going to break into my house tonight.
Impossible. Nobody knew I was going to.
Not even Viscount Cavalcanti. Benedetto, the old friend you had in prison.
Ah. I see you've been well informed, sir.
You're a danger to Benedetto. If I'd blown your brains out, he'd have had nothing more to fear from you.
You're a swine. If only I could get even with him.
You can do. Look in the street.
What? Why, it's him.
Well, you're free, Caderousse. Go out and get your revenge.
You're joking.
Look here. You left the window open, didn't you? Well, what are you waiting for?
Benedetto, you needn't try and hide, or I've seen you.
I was waiting for you. Was there anyone there?
You know very well there was someone there, you traitor. Well, you're going to pay for this. Leave your knife alone. No, you can't do that. Benedetto. Help!
Down here.
Gentlemen, is he dead?
No, he's just fainted, that's all.
He's opening his eyes. I'm in pain, terrible pain.
I'm going to call a doctor.
It's too late. I'm done for. Some paper and a pen.
Pass me a sheet of paper and a pen, Bertuccio.
Before I die, I want to accuse Benedetto. Write down this. I die murdered by Benedetto, my fellow prisoner Toulon, who went under the number 59. Have you got it down? Give it to me and I'll sign it.
Do you want a priest?
No. I don't believe in God.
You'll be going to him soon, Caderousse. And you ought to beg forgiveness for all the evil things you've done during your life.
There's only one thing I regret. I've never been able to forget it. It's something I did more than 20 years ago.
I know. With your accomplice, Fernand, you sent an innocent man to the Chateau d'If, a sailor from the Pharaoh. Fernand's dead, and you'll be dead soon.
How do you know about all this?
Don't you recognize me? Search your memory well.
Edmond Dantes. He's dead, sir.
It's divine judgment. There's one more left who I've got to pay. And that man's de Villefort. You know all about your birth.
Oh, what a story. Mother, unknown. Father, a highly respectable magistrate who tries to kill me as soon as I'm born. And I, a murderer. What a family. What a family.
The 5 minutes are up, sir. You must leave your prisoner.
Well, goodbye, dear Count. Don't forget to turn up at my trial. It'll be quite amusing, I promise you.
You can't come in, sir. There's no more room.
You're joking, my friend. This gentleman is the Baron de Figerac, and I am Count Boissonnerie. Both of us are personal friends of the President of the Court.
Come in, gentlemen.
What matter the reason for which the crime was committed? A crime is a crime. Far too often the judges have been over-lenient with criminals. Lenient to the point of being thoroughly weak. We have got to be absolutely ruthless with the guilty.
Who's that speaking?
Why, my dear man, that's the king's procurator.
The man you see before you killed another. Savagely, mercilessly. Such a man should be banned from society, whether he's Viscount Cavalcanti or simply Benedetto the Corsican has nothing to do with it. I demand the death penalty. What is your name?
I'll reply to that question later.
What is your profession?
Forger, thief, and murderer.
Silence in court. Where were you born?
At Auteuil, in a house surrounded by a garden. Someone in this court can confirm what I say.
Who is this person?
My father, sir.
Your father? What's his name?
De Villefort, the king's procurator.
Silence in court, silence. Explain what you mean, prisoner.
My father didn't want the fact of my birth to become known, so he buried me alive almost as soon as I'd been born.
Silence in court. Go on, prisoner. Your accusation is monstrous. Where are your proofs?
Proofs? Look at Monsieur de Villefort.
Silence.
Monsieur de Villefort, father, have I to produce these proofs?
No. No, it's not necessary.
Sir.
Everything this young man says is true. I shall be at my house, and I shall be at the disposal of my successor, the king's procurator.
No, sir. Monsieur de Villefort is not at home to anybody.
He's at home to me.
Who has taken the liberty of coming in? It's you, Monsieur de Monte Cristo.
There is no Monte Cristo. I am the man who told your son about the secret of his birth, who brought him before the assizes, and who caused your dishonor.
Who are you?
Look at me. Do you remember Edmond Dantes?
Edmond Dantes. Edmond Dantes. Edmond Dantes.
Dear God. He's a man.
You seem very sad, sir.
You never leave your country without a certain amount of regret, Bertuccio. But there's nothing to keep me here any longer. My revenge has been accomplished. I've got no relatives or friends here.
You're forgetting Mademoiselle Heidi, sir.
Dear little princess. Who knows? Perhaps I'll come back one day and marry her.